Austin, good to see you. This video is for anyone who is nearing retirement. We have a 4-step action plan for success. If you are nearing retirement, you're in what's known as the retirement red zone. Every financial decision you make is crucial, which is why we are laying out this 4-step plan to help you maximize tax advantages, manage future income, and avoid costly surprises. So step number 1, make sure that you are taking advantage of and maxing out those tax advantaged accounts, including the catch-up contributions.
Yeah, absolutely. So we want to be sure with these tax advantaged accounts, this could be something like retirement plans, right? Probably the most popular ones, whether that's a 401k, 403b, 457 plan. Those are kind of the most common, right? That everybody would have access to. But of course, we also want to make sure that we're covering whether it's a Roth or traditional IRA as well. Every dollar we can get in to that tax deferred or tax free venue is $1 that is tax advantage for us moving forward. So really important that we take advantage of those.
On that note, open and max out an IRA. And if you've been a good saver in those tax deferred accounts, like a lot of us have, you say consider making sure all your contributions are on the Roth side. Why is that?
Yeah, so obviously we have access to a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA, and just realize the Roth IRA is made with after-tax dollars, right? Funded or contributed with after-tax dollars, and they grow tax-free and are withdrawn tax-free, right? So we want to be sure that if we're contributing kind of pre-tax to that 401k or retirement plan, perhaps it makes sense to create a little bit of tax diversity, right? That the more tax diversity we have, it creates future flexibility for us in potentially managing how much perhaps we are taxed later.
And as again, we talked through tax diversity, we have to bring up those health savings accounts. I know you love these because these are uniquely triple tax advantaged.
This is my favorite type of account, Aaron. It is wonderful. So a health savings account, you need to have access to and be enrolled in a high deductible health plan, right? To have access to an HSA. So that's an important nuance. But of course, our contributions to these types of accounts are tax deductible. So they save us taxes in the current year that we make the contribution. All of the growth is tax-free. And of course, if we pull them out for the right qualified medical expense, they are tax-free. So it really is kind of a Swiss Army knife of tax tools here. If you have access and have optionality to have one, please be sure that you're taking advantage of it. You will not regret it, I promise you.
And step number 4, understand those required minimum distributions. We've talked about it before. A lot of people assume they're going to be in a lower tax bracket when they retire, but these RMDs can throw you off if you don't plan for it.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Aaron. The RMDs simply stand for required minimum distribution. So think, your tax deferred bucket, whether that's a traditional IRA or 401k, right? That's what's going to be subject to those future RMDs. So it could be at age 73 or perhaps even 75 for some folks. When Uncle Sam comes knocking and says, you enjoyed all these years of tax deferral, right? We need, and you will be forced to pull out, right, a certain percentage of that tax deferred account balance. So we really want to be thinking through that because really planning doesn't start at that point. If we want to mitigate that potential risk, ideal planning windows are probably 5 to 10 years before that required minimum distribution date, right? That's when we really need to start understanding what kind of future liability do we have and how do we mitigate it to the best of our ability.
Right. And on that note, as we talk through this kind of action plan, a bonus step, which is consult a financial advisor. Why is that important?
Yeah, I think the reality is, right, all of these things need to be coordinated together. You need to have this all accounted for in a properly constructed retirement plan, whether it's your investments, whether it's your saving pattern, whether it's your future tax diversity or tax liability that we knowingly or unknowingly may have in front of us, right? We want to be sure that all of this is working in concert. And that really is the core essence of a properly constructed retirement plan.
So if somebody is in that retirement red zone or creeping closer to the retirement red zone and would like to talk through this action plan with you, Austin, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, you can give us a call at 919-322-4113 or send us an email at info@patriotwealthnc.com.
Great. Again, Austin, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Aaron.